we're seeing our subscription base just increase dramatically. We increased our subscribers versus the same quarter last year by 135%. And we did that with only an increase of 43% in marketing and sales. So you're getting, significant efficiencies as it relates to improving the financial performance of the business.
All right, welcome back inside our Proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Ilan Sobel. He is the CEO of BioHarvest Sciences. And Ilan, welcome back. Good to see you again.
Steve, darling, it's always a pleasure to be talking with you.
Yes, well, you're obviously in good spirits because you've released your financial numbers, which show very good numbers, in fact, and for the you've reached $6 million in revenue, which is a huge milestone for the quarter, Ilan.
Indeed, we delivered north of the guidance. The guidance was 5.7 to 6 million, and we delivered above that $6 million mark of revenue. And Steve, when you think about that in the context of one molecule, just our magical red grape cell VINIA, that's a lot of customers every day that are enjoying the unique functional benefits of our really powerful molecule that changes people's lives from a health and wellness perspective. So it's been a lot of hard work by the team. And, in doing that, we're seeing our subscription base just increase dramatically. We increased our subscribers versus the same quarter last year by 135%. And we did that with only an increase of 43% in marketing and sales. So you're getting, significant efficiencies as it relates to improving the financial performance of the business.
Ilan, you also were able to really improve margins as well, improved to 52% up from 40. That's significant, especially when you're looking at the translation into revenue.
Yeah, look, it's a real focus from as far as the manufacturing organization, as well as the what we call the downstream part of the business, which is how we actually get our products direct to our consumers as it relates to transportation services. And we're looking, we're focused on every single opportunity to bring margin back over the line to our side of the fence. And obviously the plan is over the next few quarters to start getting that closer to north of 60% and ideally closer to 65%, which is where we want to be, where ultimately the business starts to becoming a real viable, strong financial performing business.
Yeah, let's talk about coffee as well, because you also highlighted not only in this news release, but also in one previously about just the success you're seeing within the coffee business that has really only been going for a short time and hasn't that much of a run to get to this point.
Well, our VINIA Superfood Coffee now is 7 months old. We have the regular and the decaf, and we're really proud to announce this week that we hit the milestone of selling $1 million of our VINIA Superfood Coffee direct to consumer. And it's important to understand that's not direct to store, Steve. That's direct to consumers being consumed every day in people's Keurig machines. So it's a significant achievement for us. We've done that also very efficiently. This is really an add-on as it relates to our core internet e-commerce business, as well as our Amazon business. So we've done that with really limited resources. It just really demonstrates to me and gives me the confidence that when we double down from a investment perspective on our hot beverage strategy, and we'll start to do that more from a portfolio perspective, because we're going to be bringing out by the end of the year a VINIA Superfood Coffee in a Nespresso compatible format. It will be the first superfood to be bringing that to actually be produced in that type of platform. And then we're also going to be launching a line of VINIA Superfood teas that we'll be talking more about shortly. So the combination of that hot beverage strategy, we now have a growth engine for the company where we have scale, and we can actually start to drive marketing efficiency around our hot beverage strategy. And we're going to see those numbers significantly increase as we start to double down and put more resource behind it.
Okay. You know, obviously the end of the summer, heading into the fall now, it's going to be a busy fall for sure. You talked about sort of the hot beverage strategy, what's going on. What else are you working on for the fall that we should be aware of?
Well, we've got a lot of marketing activity that we're going to be rolling out. We're expanding aggressively in the number of TV networks that we're starting to air our TV commercials, as well as integrated programming. And we're seeing, for example, fantastic results on channels like Newsmax and Fox, which really have broad scale amongst our core consumer. And in addition, we've got those two big product launches which are really going to complete the play by the end of the year. And we're looking forward to see continued momentum. We've given guidance for the third quarter of around about $6.5 million. And, we're sitting now more than halfway through the third quarter. And that's definitely a reachable milestone. And then obviously, we'll continue to up the ante in the fourth quarter as we start to continue to drive increased revenue and leverage the scale into improved margins for the business as we move the company down its path to profitability at an EBITDA level. So very focused strategy. We continue to execute. And then, of course, Steve, our CDMO services business, we're starting to see significant momentum in that business. We already have announced 2 deals in that business as we work with major giants of industry in developing molecules with our unique proprietary technology, botanical synthesis technology, and we're looking forward over the next few months to be announcing what we believe are going to be some exciting opportunities to develop unique molecules for partners as we bring companies through the pipeline.
Yeah. Hot beverages, the red grape, everything looking very interesting for the rest of this year for sure. Red hot, you might say. So, Ilan, thank you so much. Good to see you again, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Great to speak with you. Thank you, Steve.
All right, Ilan Sobel, the CEO of BioHarvest Sciences.